All right, guys, we've got Nate Martin, 18 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. We've got Mike Dawson, 21 points, 4 rebounds, 5 of 10 from three-point range. We'll go ahead with questions.
Nate, just how did it feel to get a performance like that tonight, just to kind of break out?
Yeah, it felt good. I knew with Obina out, all of us were going to have to step up. He's a huge piece for us, and I think we all definitely stepped up in a big way and kind of dominated from start to finish. It's good.
Is it something that's good to know that, even though you want Obina out there with you, that you guys can go without him?
Yeah, it just shows, the just relentlessness and toughness and just ability of the team that we have. We're deep. Everyone plays hard, and that's what you saw out there today. So.
They come into this game as a top 20 team in terms of pace, and it felt like you guys not only kept up with that, but almost outpaced them. Just was that a focus for you all going into it?
Yeah, it was a big focus for us because, like you said, they are a fast-paced team and they like to get out in transition. So I think that's like what we kind of like focused in on with our one-day prep for them. So it was just executing, and I think we executed to a good time.
You yourself finished with 6 threes or 5 for the 6th time this year. Just when you're getting into a streak with shooting, just how easy does it get for you?
I feel like it can get like really easy. Just like as soon as I see like 1 or 2 going, I start to feel like pretty good about myself. So I feel like my teammates also, excuse me, my teammates also like trust me to get the ball to me and just find me whenever I'm open, and they trust me to knock the shot down.
Piggybacking off of Tyler's question real quick, when you see Jalen go 7 of 7 from three-point range on Thursday, how much confidence does that give everybody that, hey, these things are going to start to fall? It felt like Thursday's performance kind of leaked into everybody's performance today from 3 early.
Yeah, for sure, because early in the season we kind of struggled with that, just being able to shoot the ball, and like we just talk to each other, and we just give each other confidence to be able to just shoot the ball, because we knew eventually our shots were going to fall, and now that they're started falling, I think we're going to be a pretty dangerous team.
Does it help to know that now that more guys have shown that they can be a serious threat out there, and you see a little bit more real estate out there?
Yeah, it's big for us. I mean, see last game, Jalen, 7-7, Cade Gibbs, amazing game. This game, everyone said Wyatt played a great game, stepping in a role to start. So, I mean, it gives you a ton of confidence. And we know that everyone can do that. We have confidence, and all of us have confidence in each other, and it really showed today.
You guys had a couple of, felt like blocks in transition. They came into this game, the last game they had over 20 points on fast breaks. You guys held them to 4. When you talk about transition defense being a focus, how big was it to hold them?
Yeah, it was big because, I mean, that transition defense and offensive rebound were really the 2 keys that we try to lock in on. And, I mean, 4 transition points, that's amazing. And also holding them to 8 offensive rebounds. So we really completed the game plan successfully, and that's what led to our win.
Yeah. We talked about the rebounding some. I mean, you faced 3 of the best right out of the gate. So how did that prepare you for the rest of the conference schedule? It seemed like the physicality, didn't phase you all in the 50-50 balls. You all were getting 2 and 42-26 on the glass.
Yeah, I mean, the whole conference is just super physical, top to bottom. And I think these first 4 or 5 games just really showed it at a very magnified level, and it's been great for us. And I think we've done a great job of handling it and kind of asserting our dominance too, showing that we can bang, we can be physical too. So, yeah.
You guys get 3-1 here at home, and then you go on the road. First game that you guys were here, I mean, I talked a lot about taking wins here and transitioning onto the road. Just how do you feel like you guys can do that?
I feel like we can execute that and execute our game plans. I know our coaches are going to have us ready for our first road game, or I guess technically our second road game. But yeah, it's just all about just transitioning our wins at home to the away games, and I feel like we can get us one.
Anything further for the guys? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We'll open up with a statement from Coach Jackson following today's win, and then we'll get to questions.
Again, another great team win. Especially without Obina, who's a major part of our program, being out with an ankle. So we had other guys stepped up. These guys, the beauty of these guys, they didn't flinch. Obina went down, and I know he's a huge part. I probably was sweating more than the players, but they they didn't flinch. Wyatt stepped up to the challenge. Cade, Nate, all the guys really stepped up to the challenge tonight. Proud of each and every one of them. Jalen Spear went out, banged up, but he came back. Zane Mingo was under the weather, and he fought it. He fought it for the last 2 or 3 days. So again, I'm proud of these guys, proud of their effort.
How's that pay off, that confidence they see? You've had that confidence in them now. They see that even without Obina, they're out able to go.
Yeah, I always have confidence in these guys, even when, they're struggling a little bit. We recruited them, we believe in them. So, again, when other people don't have confidence in them, they know that we do. They know that we have their back. And again, they believe in themselves. They believe in each other. So it's good to see them get out, play well, shoot the ball well, share it, and have fun winning.
They entered the game averaging 28 3 attempts a game, and I think it was the 6-minute mark of the first half was when they got their first make. Just how good was it to stave off what I feel like their identity is in order to get out ahead of them?
Yeah, we really focused on it was a quick turnaround. We watched a lot of film. Coach Adam, he had a great scout for him, Coach Adam Williams, and our 3 focuses were, 1, take away the 3 ball. They were 5 for 16. Offensive rebounding, they had 8, and then transition points, they had 4. So I thought we executed the game plan well. Our guys really brought in and shifted our focus. It was a huge game against JMU, and we talked about in the locker room, let's enjoy this tonight, but we have to switch our mentality and focus on Georgia Southern. And I thought with the quick turnaround, our guys executed the plan.
Speaking of threes, Mike goes out and gets 5 for the 6th time this year. Just his ability as a shooter. Have you seen that this year?
Well, again, he put in the work. He's a guy that when he struggled, he didn't really believe what everyone was saying about him. He didn't believe that, right? He stayed in the gym, he blocked out the noise, and he worked on his shot. Right now, again, we want these guys to be consistent. We want them to be confident. And I think when we shooting the ball consistently, we can play with anybody in the league.
Piggybacking off that a little bit, when Jalen is knocking down a 3, and then, okay, the ball movement's getting back, and then Mike hits a 3, how much more does that open up the floor for everybody else, too? Because that first half, as far as outside game, inside game, probably one of the better halves you've seen, haven't you?
Yeah, that was one of our emphasis, to get out and run in transition, kick the ball ahead. We've been spending time on that in practice the last few weeks. And, again, these guys execute, and you hit a couple threes in a row, it can be a huge game changer, I think Steph Curry and Clay, those guys made it look really good, right, when they had their run. They bang a couple threes, and now the whole game, the momentum, the crowd, everybody's excited, everybody's into it. So, again, it's pretty basketball when these guys get the rebound. First of all, you got to defend first, right? So you can't take out without the ball. So you have to get a stop, rebound, which we're doing pretty well right now, kick it up, and then we believe in the guys. If you're open, take your shot.
How about Nate? He gets the double-double. He had some ups and downs of late, but tonight he's like all over the floor. The guys are jumping. He's tallest of the ones, and then when it's all over, look at his numbers. He's like, hey, and Obina's not there.
Right. Super proud of Nate. Again, his running mate was down tonight, and he stepped up in a big way. But again, Nate is a young man, hard worker, lives in the gym, pure heart. So it's good to see those guys like that succeed and have success. But again, proud of him. 18 and 13, and he's Nate gets banged around a lot, right? He gets banged around. I don't know. He shot 13 free throws, but it could have been easily 23, right? He gets banged around a lot because of his physicality, and he never wavers. He stays physical. He stays tough. So it's good to see a guy like that have success.
You mentioned Zane was a little bit under the weather, but that dribble takes a guy off the dribble, goes in, slam dunks, and brought the house down. You being the old point guard, you probably went, that phone call worked.
Right. No, no, he maybe he needs to be under the weather all the time if he's going to do that, because no, he drove in and he tried to get one last game, and it's funny. Early in the year, we were watching film, and I made a joke in front of the team. I said, I don't know what this is. He said, Coach, I was going to dunk, and I hadn't seen him dunk. I seen him dunk on film. Obviously, I'm in Canada, but again, proud of him. He stepped up, 17 and 7. He had 7 assists, 4 turnovers. But again, for the last 2 days, I didn't know if Zane was going to play.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in film literally today, covering his face. I'm looking like I looked at the coaches. I said, "Can he play?" But he, you know, he toughed it out. Proud of him. Proud of all these guys.
Speaking on assists, including today, you guys had a positive ratio in all but 4 games this year. Just how good is that in terms of the ability to share the ball around and get those?
That's always a good number. You know, being a former point guard myself, I always look at that number. You know, even not just with our teams. I look at when I'm recruiting guys. I look at it when I'm studying other teams. What's the assist deterrent? Because one of the good things to make you a good player is your decision making. All right, basketball it happens fast. Right, there's no, you know, walk it up. There's none of that. Right, so it happens fast. You have to adjust. Today they were switching. They were switching the ball screen. They started out hedging the ball screen, which is jumping over, trying to stop Zane on his drive. So they switched up a lot of defense. So you have to make a lot of decisions on the fly. And again, I look at it. I'm not happy with the 17 turnovers, but I am happy with the 19 assists.
You mentioned, especially after Troy leading for a lot, now 7 minutes and change that you guys have trailed for the first 4 games of the year. Just how good or do you guys feel like you're playing right now? It seems like you guys are in control.
I feel like we're playing pretty well. You know, we have to go on the road. Now we have to take our show on the road. I know James Madison will be ready. They lost a tough one. Then they lost again today. And they're like us. They're 0 for on the road. All right, I think today they're 0 for 6. We're 0 for 6. So again, should be a heck of a game. You know, we'll have our guys ready. We'll take tomorrow off, and then we'll come back Monday and start preparing for James Madison.
Only other thing there you mentioned like almost some unexpected physicality from them when they were here. Does it help with the scout at all to kind of get that game with them and then go right back into looking more onto them?
Yeah, they, you know, again, like I said, they were way more physical than what the film said, and again, I know they're going to be ready for us. Obviously, you know, the game here, and the rivalry, Marshall, James Madison, right? And then they need to get a win. You know, they're a good program, and then they'll come out hungry. We just have to make sure that we're ready for the challenge, and I think we will be.
Anything further for Coach? All right.
Appreciate it.